All right, folks. This is the press conference from the shooting that took place at the military base in Georgia.
And it's a little hard to hear, so please speak up so that Colonel Lewis can hear you. And then, here we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will now turn it over to Colonel Lewis.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. This morning, shortly before 11 o'clock, active duty soldiers shot and wounded 5 of his fellow soldiers in Fort Stewart. Thankfully, all are in stable condition and all are expected to recover. The alleged shooter is in custody. We have reestablished security. I have lifted all lockdown measures on Fort Stewart, and there is currently no threat to the local community. I'd like to recognize and thank our Army law enforcement and medical personnel and our partners from local, state, and federal law enforcement and emergency services for their quick response and support. I would also like to thank the brave soldiers who immediately intervened and subdued the shooter. These soldiers, without a doubt, prevented further casualties. Our wounded soldiers were initially evacuated to Wynn Army Community Hospital right here on Fort Stewart. All arrived in stable condition, and 3 of the 5 required surgical intervention. 2 have been transported to Memorial Hospital in Savannah, Georgia for additional care. We have identified the alleged shooter as Sergeant Cornelius Radford.
The shooter's Cornelius Radford.
Assigned to 2nd Brigade Combat Team. Sergeant Radford has not previously deployed to combat. Sergeant Radford has been interviewed by the Army Criminal Investigation Division and is currently in pretrial confinement, awaiting a charging decision by the Office of the Special Trial Counsel. Right now, our primary focus is first on caring for our injured soldiers and their families, and also supporting the soldiers of the Spartan Brigade. All of the families of the victims have been notified, and we're wrapping our arms around them and ensuring we provide them all the support that we can. Before I take questions, I want to remind you that this is an ongoing investigation and we're still gathering questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll now take your questions. Yeah, he is assigned to one of our sustainment units here in 2nd Brigade Combat Team in Fort Stewart, and I will have to confirm how long he served with us. Yes, sir. Yeah, right now it's premature, and we're gathering a lot of the information. What we know is this soldier, the shooting occurred at the soldier's place of work. It did involve his co-workers. We're still not certain about the motivations, but again, he's been interviewed by Army investigators, and we believe we'll gain more information shortly. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. We don't have any reason to believe it had anything to do with a training event. Other than that, I can't state the motivations for this soldier. Yeah, at this point, I can't confirm where he's from. We can follow up on that. I do believe he was arrested locally for a DUI that was unknown to his chain of command until the event occurred, and we started looking into the law enforcement databases.
Yeah, folks, there's much I can do about the sound. That's just how it's coming through on the stream.
Yes, ma'am. I can confirm it was not a military weapon, and we believe it was a personal handgun. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm very confident in the security of this installation. We've got a great partnership with local law enforcement. As you can see here at our gates, we have armed guards and protective equipment. This one's a bit difficult, and we're going to have to determine how he was able to get a handgun to his place of duty. No, Ma'am, not that we're aware of, but again, it's early in the investigation, but not that I'm currently aware of. I don't have the details on that, but I know that his soldiers in the area that witnessed the shooting immediately and without hesitation tackled the soldier, subdued him, that allowed law enforcement to then take him into custody.
And we've got time for one.
So the soldiers got him. They ran the gunfire.
Yeah, currently we have no reason to believe any of that is the case. However, we continuously assess the threat environment, both in the immediate area and across our Army and DoD installations, and we will address the threat level accordingly. Yes, sir, he was a sergeant. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your questions, and again, thanks to the local responders and the local community for their help. Thanks, and have a great afternoon.
Hey, I'm going to give you the proper spelling. I'm going to give you the spelling of the assailant. The first name is Cornelius. It's spelled Quornelius. Last name is Radford. 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 He's 28 years old. Yeah, so he is a
Fort Stewart
automated logistics sergeant. A 90
in Georgia.
Alpha. With 2nd Lumber Brigade Company. Hey, I'm going to come off the podium now. But if you guys have additional questions that I can help facilitate stuff, we have a whole team of public affairs members.
No one was unalive. No one was unalive. He brought his own weapon onto the base. He brought his own weapon onto the base. Okay, I'm going to read a couple news articles here. 5 soldiers were shot on Wednesday at Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield in Georgia, the authorities say. The gunman, who was apprehended about 40 minutes later, is a sergeant in the soldiers' unit, a military official said. At least 2 of the soldiers apparently suffered serious injuries. They were being treated at the Memorial Health Hospital's trauma center, the only one in the region, a hospital spokesman said. The 3 wounded soldiers were being treated at a base hospital. The authorities provided no information on the suspect, which we have it now. And they say about 8,800 people live at Fort Stewart, about 40 miles southwest of Savannah, and which is the home of the 3rd Infantry Division. And that's basically it. So, hey, we're getting ready to end this stream. I just wanted to bring it up. I'm testing out some new equipment as well from streaming at the house. And so I just jumped on here real quick. I'll be live again today about 4 out in the street. I'll be live today about 4 out in the street. So we got a new subscriber, Lori Jason. Welcome to the family, Lori. Welcome to the family. Hey, Callie.